The secret to healing chronic illness is to understand how the body works as a unit, all together. And there was a great analogy told to me that I wanted to get out here because this is going to be able to teach you a little bit more about what's happening in your body and why sometimes things seem to go off the rails, or it all just comes together so differently for each person. So we were looking at a HTMA result, which is a hair mineral analysis, and the nutritionist in my office, Hannah, says it's like a web when you're dealing with minerals, but this applies to everything. And I was like, this is a great analogy. So here we go. So if you have a spider web, and I know not everybody likes spiders, but just bear with me here, and you have this web, and you pull one string on the web, the whole thing shifts, right? So it affects the entire web. So think about this in your health. If you have a HTMA result, which shows you all these different minerals and metals and combinations, a lot of people want to go in and just go, okay, you're low on all these things, throw these in, and you're high on these, cut them out. It's not so simple. With healing, sometimes if you just add magnesium, then that magnesium starts to unlock potassium or heavy metals or other parts of your healing journey because, for instance, magnesium helps to turn on the energy system. Once the energy system's turned on, your body starts to work a little bit better. And as your liver and body start to turn on, then you start to detox metals. You start to maybe absorb nutrients better. So it's all so interconnected that you can't just simply go, here's my test, take these because it says to, and stop these because it says to. Because if that's all you do, then when the body itself starts to help or take in those things, you're going to be in for a roller coaster. So the secret here is this analogy tells you sometimes start slow by adding in one piece. And my favorite thing is the detox side of this, which is, all right, so you feel terrible. You have chronic Lyme, you have babesia, parasites, mold, and you're always looking for that magic bullet. What's going to get me all the way over? And you just start throwing things in. And I get people in with 30, 40 supplements every single day. I'm like, all right, first of all, what are all these things doing? And secondly, how do they affect you? And what pathway are they affecting? And do you know if they make you better or worse, or if you're allergic to them, or are you just wasting your money on expensive pee? So we start slow and we start to unravel what's going on in your body so that we can get to the bottom of it and get to that root cause. So let's start with this. Add just simply TUDCA. TUDCA is one of my favorite products. It helps to make the body produce more bile salts, and that increases gallbladder and liver function. So this happens. What happens next? Well, the liver's working better. Digestion starts to work a little bit better. So we start absorbing more food, getting more nutrients. And then the body starts to detox a little bit so that all that liver function that's increased, now we have to support lymphatic. Now we have to start to get a binder out there to grab when the lymph starts to drain, because then the body starts to drain out of the other tissues. So just by adding TUDCA, I pulled the web, and now the rest of that web shifted, and we're starting to see changes. So if you can start thinking about your health journey by an analytical mindset, a mindset of what is happening in the body step by step, you're going to start to see patterns, you're going to start to see changes, and they start to tell you what to do next, or where your weaknesses or where your strengths are in your own body. So not everybody has a terribly leaky gut, even though they have infections. Not everybody has a terribly leaky brain, even though they have infections or toxins. Not everyone has swollen joints, so bad lymph, but some do. So as you start to understand your journey, which I tell every client that I work with, the first month or two, I'm getting to know you. I'm getting to understand you so that I can take steps one to the next so that we can get an understanding of where your body's strengths and weaknesses are so that we can get you well. And that analogy that Hannah gave me was just another way for me to be able to speak that out and say, think of it like this so that you can understand the journey, because so much of this journey is so complicated and difficult. The more that you know, the more that you understand, the more that you can picture your healing journey, the better you can picture your healed journey, where you are well and you are golden, you are living the life that you want to live. So when you choose to start doing different types of treatment protocols, don't just do the shotgun approach where you're just shooting out a spray and hoping to hit something, because then what did what? What are we doing? What is it telling us? Be the sniper. Shoot right at the target that you're going for so that you know exactly what's happening, so that you can take that next step because you know why it's happened. Or if there's an issue with your treatment and your treatment isn't successful, what did that lack of success tell you? What was not working? Where was the breakdown? And if you can find that breakdown, can you support that breakdown? And then by supporting it, be able to go through that protocol or choose a lighter protocol, but still be able to move forward. I've had many people work with me who we start a protocol and it is too much for their body. So what we end up doing is we go, okay, we're going to pivot and go over here because, for instance, strongyloides is really tough to get through. It causes a lot of die-off, a lot of detox, and backs up your lymph. So if you have poor lymph drainage, then I'm going to shift over to something that is more maybe gut related so that we can get the gut healing, get some strength there and some more absorption over there, and then circle back around later to the strongyloides. But I wouldn't know to do that if I was just shotgun approaching and saying, all right, let's go. When I know exactly the direction we're going and I know what each organism reacts like or what each pathway in the body reacts like, then we're able to take hold of the treatment plan, and even a misstep or a roadblock leads to more knowledge that leads us to further success, that leads us to your healing journey being successful. So every step of the way is an opportunity to learn about your body, to understand how you function, to take one more step forward in your journey. Hopefully this helps to enlighten you, enlighten your family, enlighten your friends about the steps that it's going to take to help get you well. And hopefully that gives you a little hope. Start being detailed with your journey. Start paying attention to not only the successes but the failures so that they give you all the hints to get well. Thanks for watching, everybody. This is going to be posted in True Healing Strategies on YouTube and on Instagram. Please invite your friends to watch these videos so that they can get hope, get knowledge, gain healing.